Imagine a barren desert with no signs of water for miles, being transformed into a massive 100-kilometer-long river. The mind-blowing part? This mighty river is not a product of nature, but rather a monumental construction project by a country that few would expect. You might assume that this is a project in Dubai or Egypt, places known for their mega construction feats in the desert. But it's not. So, which country created this massive desert river? Well, you have to watch the video to find out. But before we begin, do give us a quick like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. You might not expect this, but the country we were talking about is none other than Afghanistan. Indeed, Afghanistan, a country often associated with instability, conflict, and poverty, is undertaking a project unlike anything seen before. The Kosh-Tepe Canal, a 285-kilometer artificial river, is set to change the landscape of the country. It is not just an infrastructural feat, it's a symbol of the nation's ambitions to take control of its future. Afghanistan, a country where much of its population lives in rural areas, is turning to the Kosh-Tepe Canal as a crucial project to ensure the survival and prosperity of its people. Historically, nations on the brink of independence or stability focus on securing the resources necessary to sustain their populations. For Afghanistan, water is the resource they desperately need, and the Kosh-Tepe Canal could be key to ensuring food security for its millions of citizens. But here's where things get complicated. Afghanistan is already grappling with extreme water shortages, with 93% of children living in areas where water is scarce, and 94% of schools lacking basic hand-washing facilities. Yet, the country is planning to divert water from the Amu Darya River, a vital water source that flows along Afghanistan's northern border. This river is critical to several neighboring countries, including Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan, which have relied on it for agriculture. During Soviet times, these countries were granted exclusive rights to the river, leaving Afghanistan without any claim to it. The decision to divert the Amu Darya's water to feed the Kosh-Tepe Canal has sparked significant tensions in the region. Afghanistan is using the river without permission from neighboring countries, violating long-standing agreements. This bold move has even led to discussions about potential conflict, as the river is crucial for several Central Asian nations. Despite this, the Afghan government is pressing forward, hoping to address the country's severe water crisis and its crippling food insecurity. What's even more remarkable is the speed at which the Taliban government is executing the project. In just 12 months, engineers have already excavated 108 kilometers of the Kosh-Tepe Canal. Over 200 local companies, 2,600 machines, and 4,000 workers are involved, working tirelessly day and night. The first phase of the canal, which cost $91 million to complete, has been funded entirely by the Taliban's own resources, including revenues generated from Afghanistan's vast natural resources. But what makes this project even more intriguing is its potential to transform Afghanistan's economy. The Kosh-Tepe Canal is strategically routed through key regions that could boost the country's agricultural output. The canal will first pass through Balkh province, known for producing some of the sweetest melons and grapes. The canal's vast capacity, moving 6,684 cubic meters of water per second, will allow Balkh to diversify its agricultural production, potentially turning it into a hub for fruit exports. As the river continues its path, it will flow through Jiaoxian province, where the majority of the population are farmers. This increased access to water will help these farmers grow more crops, boosting food production and ensuring greater food security. Lastly, the Kosh-Tepe Canal will reach Farah province, which is renowned for its unique pistachios. The canal will support the growth of pistachio forests, bolstering Afghanistan's position as a key player in the global pistachio market. However, this is just the beginning of Afghanistan's ambitious plans. The Afghan government intends to transform 550,000 hectares of desert into productive farmland. The focus will be on cultivating wheat and other essential crops, which would reduce the country's reliance on imports. This plan represents a major step toward creating a self-sufficient nation, one where food independence is no longer a distant dream. The construction of the Kosh-Tepe Canal and its diversion of the Amu Darya River could be the key to securing a sustainable future for Afghanistan, allowing it to feed its population and strengthen its position in the global economy. Yet, Despite the project's ambition, it has already sparked significant tensions with Afghanistan's neighbors. The diversion of Amu Darya water has begun to negatively affect agricultural production in Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, especially their cotton fields, which rely heavily on the river's flow. In response, Uzbekistan has initiated diplomatic talks with the Taliban government, accusing Afghanistan of violating the 1991 Almaty Agreement, which established water rights for the Amu Darya among the Central Asian nations. Nevertheless, Afghanistan remains firm in its stance, arguing that the river naturally flows through its northern border, giving the country a legitimate claim to its waters. This dispute is compounded by the country's severe food crisis. According to a recent United Nations report, around 17 million Afghans, approximately 40% of the population, are experiencing food insecurity. With 80% of the population dependent on agriculture for their livelihood, the Kosh-Tepe Canal is seen as a crucial lifeline that could address the country's dire need for food and water security. Additionally, Afghanistan's growing migrant population, with over 5 million Afghans returning from abroad, has brought new skills and knowledge back to the country. Many of these returnees have contributed to the creation of the Kosh-Tepe Canal. Infusing the project with new energy and entrepreneurial spirit, the growing startup culture in Afghanistan is fueling development across various industries, including construction, which has contributed to the rapid progress of the canal's construction. The Kosh-Tepe Canal is not just a water project, it represents Afghanistan's desire to take control of its future. It shows the nation's commitment to ensuring food security, economic independence, and sustainable growth. But it also raises significant questions about the rights to shared water resources, the geopolitical implications of this project, and the long-term effects on the region. In the end, the Kosh-Tepe Canal could be a game-changer for Afghanistan, allowing it to feed its people, grow its economy, and strengthen its position on the global stage. However, as tensions rise over water rights and the project's potential environmental impacts, it remains to be seen whether Afghanistan can maintain its momentum or if the project will be derailed by external pressures. So, what are your thoughts on Afghanistan's efforts to control its water resources? Do you believe the country has a right to the Amu Darya River, or do you think this project will spark conflict? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked today's video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.